wild thought, but have you ever wondered if an entire country can get amnesia? I mean, just like a person, a society has a memory. And that memory shapes everything, its identity, its future, and whether it's doomed to repeat the same mistakes over and over. Today, we're going to dive into how this collective memory works, how it can break down, and how we can actually build a better one. So here's how we're going to break it all down. We'll start by asking if a nation can really lose its memory. Then, we'll look at the two main ways it can fail. After that, we're going to get personal and unlock the secrets of our own memory, and then apply those same lessons to a whole society. And finally, we'll talk about how you can actively write a national story. All right, let's jump right in. First up, this really provocative idea of a nation with amnesia. Is it even possible for a whole society to just forget? I mean, really think about it for a second. When a person can't remember their past, it's almost impossible to make a plan for the future, right? Well, it's the exact same thing for a nation. If you can't learn from what you did right and what you did wrong, you get stuck in this loop. You're just spinning your wheels, never really moving forward. And this isn't just some philosophical idea. It has huge real-world consequences. You know, we often think a developed society is all about the economy or population size, but maybe the real measure is something else entirely. There are two big ones. First, can people just, live together sustainably without everything falling apart? And second, and this is the big one, what's the depth of its memory? How good is it at recording its history, looking back at it, and actually learning from it? A country with a one-year memory is a totally different place than one that can draw on 1,000 years of experience. Okay, so if this national memory is so critical, how does it break down? It turns out there are two main ways a society's memory can fail. On the one hand, you've got short-term amnesia. This is like forgetting you touched a hot stove yesterday. You just keep making the same basic mistakes. Then, on the other hand, there's this bigger, long-term problem. This is when a society doesn't have a consistent, positive story about itself, about where it came from and what it stands for over the long haul. Let's make this real. Sports are a perfect example. So imagine your country makes it to the World Cup semifinals. It's this huge, amazing achievement. But then, it's like nobody remembers how they did it. For the next 18 years, they don't even qualify. Or maybe a country gets super excited about one Olympic medal in a new sport, but completely ignores that its best sports, the ones it dominated for years, are in decline. It's like hitting the reset button every single time. I love this quote because it just nails it. It's called helical progress. You feel like you're moving forward, right? There's activity, there's energy, but a helix is a spiral. You're just circling the same old problems, and with each rotation, you might even be slipping back a little. That's the trap a society falls into when it can't remember its own last lap. Okay, so that's the problem. How in the world do we fix it? Well, to figure out how a nation remembers, we've got to start small. We have to look at how we remember, and that brings us to the memory palace. Get this number, 2,808. That's 54 decks of playing cards, all memorized in perfect order by one guy, Dominic O'Brien. I mean, that sounds like a superpower, right? There's just no way a normal person can do that. But here's the kicker. This guy, O'Brien, he claims his memory was totally average before he started training it. He taught himself how to do this. And that changes everything, doesn't it? It proves that a powerful memory isn't some gift you're born with. It's a skill. It's something you can build. And these are basically the tools of the trade. It's not magic. First, you make abstract ideas concrete. Then you associate the new thing with something you already know. You compare things. And this next one is absolutely crucial. You emotionalize it. Think about it. You remember big life events because of the feelings attached. Emotion is like super glue for memories. And finally, you visualize it. You create a strong picture in your mind. Okay, so that's how an individual does it. Pretty cool. But how does this apply to an entire country? How do you build a memory palace for millions of people? This is where it gets really fascinating. And you know what's wild? It's the exact same rulebook, just scaled way, way up. The same way you use emotion to remember your first date, a nation uses a powerful film to create a feeling of pride. Just like you picture an apple in your head to learn the word, a nation creates one iconic photo that tells a whole story in a split second. It's the same mental toolkit, just being used for an entire culture. You've probably seen this photo, right? It went viral everywhere. a Danish police officer just taking a moment to play with a little Syrian refugee girl on a highway. That single image did more for Denmark's reputation and its soft power than 1,000 official press releases ever could. It visualized and emotionalized a national value, compassion, and created this powerful, lasting memory for the whole world. All right, so this all brings us to the final piece of the puzzle. And honestly, it might be the most important one. It's about being intentional. How do you actively and consciously build a memory for millions of people? And this leads to such a crucial insight. Building a healthy, collective memory isn't about looking back 50 years later and trying to reinterpret history for today's politics. No, it's about keeping a national diary. It's about recording the culture, the good, the bad, as it happens. And here's the actual toolkit for doing it. It means putting money into films that tell the nation's stories. It means writing books and plays about what's happening right now, not just 100 years ago. It means creating art that becomes the visual record of this moment in time. And then you share those authentic stories with the world to build an identity based on a real, living, breathing culture. So I'll just leave you with this final thought. If a nation's memory is a diary that's being written in real time, right now, what are the big stories from our own societies that we're failing to write down? What crucial moments, good and bad, are we at risk of completely forgetting simply because we aren't telling their story? That's something worth thinking about.